All right, everybody, come have a seat. Oh, yeah. And sit up really tall, real tall. Roll your shoulders down your back so that the bottom of the shoulder blades are rolling down your back. Good. Lift your heart. Take your chin and your nose and imagine you're reaching them to the back of your head. And you'll notice how you'll get some length in your neck spine, your cervical spine. And your belly's going to be naturally engaged. And with this nice long spine, close your eyes and let's find our breath. So it's always there. You just forget. And that breath is what we can control in our body to calm us. Right? When we take a full breath, we're actually encouraging and strengthening our immune system. I want you to imagine you're filling up your body from the low ribs up to the center, all the way up to your collarbones. Big full breath in. And I want you to count the length of the exhale. In and out. Commit yourself to this kind of rhythm of your breath. And then slowly open your eyes. Take your fingertips to your shoulders. And you're going to make circles with your elbows. Like you're really drawing circles with your elbows. Big circles. Inhale. Exhale. Now, if your shoulders allow, and you'd like to, you could actually reach your wrists toward each other behind you, and then come back into that circle. Reach the wrist. It depends on your shoulders, guys. And one is not better than the other. It's only better if you know what is right for your body. Really, that's the yoga. Take a few more. Right. And back to center. And then circle your arms all the way up. Cross your right wrist in front of your left. Flip your palms and then interlace your fingers. Now, if your shoulders, again, working your shoulders, don't allow you to have your arms long or in line with your ears. I do not want you tipping your head forward. Okay? You're going to take your arms forward and then lift up tall. Lift up tall like a candle. Keeping your sit bones grounded, lift your heart. Big inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to roll your left ribs to the right. Inhale, back to center. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Oh, yeah. And inhale. Take two more exhales. And inhale. Last one, exhale your candle nice and tall. And now you're going to release your hand so that your right arm is behind you. Your right shoulder rolls back. You get a deep twist as you roll your left ribs to the right. Oh, yeah. Big breath. And inhale all the way back to center. And you're going to start to tip the top of your pelvis forward. Now, you might not go very far. You'll see. And as far as you go, you go. And you're just going to maybe release your hands at the end of your fold. Just release your head, rounding your back, getting a nice stretch in your whole back body. Take a big, full breath. Good. Inhale, slowly roll the back of your head back and come all the way back to center. Inhale, circle your arms up. Cross your left wrist in front of the right. Flip your palms, interlacing your fingers. Now my right shin is in front. I'm going to cross my left shin in front and lift up tall, right? Your arms can be long. You know what your shoulders will do. You're going to kick your upper arm bones back if it's available for your shoulders, or you take your arms forward, right? And then you're going to twist to your left and inhale back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Let's take two more. Exhale from your right waist to the left. Inhale. Last one to the left. And release your hands. Taking your left hand behind you, left shoulder back. Nice, deep, deep twist here. Oh, yeah. Big breath. Oh, yeah. And all the way back to center. Now, this is where you might want to, your towel, your blanket, whatever you have. You're going to take your left shin parallel to the front edge of your mat and your right shin parallel to the short edge. Okay? And then you're going to twist. If you have a blanket, a block might work, anything to put under your left sit bone, your left bum. You're going to just lift your left bum up a little bit. Okay? Left shin in front of you, right shin parallel to the long edge of your mat. Right? Now I want you to take your right hand to your front left ankle. And you're going to just simply exhale and come forward. Ooh, you should start to feel that in your hips. Inhale up. Exhale, find a little deeper tip. And inhale up. Exhale, we're going to just take two more, just like that. Maybe you'll go a little bit deeper every time. The last one. Inhale back up. And now you can keep your hands on the floor, or you can take your arms to T and slightly tip forward and just hold it there. And just notice how you're going to feel it in your hips. Right? And just take another breath. And all the way back up to center. Yeah. Now we're going to go to the left side, the right side. So now you're going to take your right shin in front of you. You're going to lift your right bum on whatever you got to lift it on. Left shin is parallel to the long edge of your mat, and you're going to twist to your right. Take your left hand to your right ankle. And as you exhale, just tip. Like you're testing out how your hips are doing right now in this moment. Exhale. Nice. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale. Inhale. Take two more. Notice how your two hips are different. Last one, exhale. You can keep your hands on the floor where they are, or you can take your arms out to T. Draw the belly back, but really feel the right shin, the right foot pressed to the earth. Yeah. It's so subtly difficult. It's safe. Inhale all the way back into center. And keep your blanket or whatever you have nearby as you make your way to table pose. Hands and knees. Yeah. So start in cat and cow, as I like to do. Big flexions and extensions of your spine. Good. I want to just get into our shoulders here while we're here. I'm going to take my left hand, my hands a little closer together. Then I'm going to take my right elbow back and find a little twist. This is going to get your core too. As if you want to poke the sky with your right elbow. Okay, really draw it up and back and come back to center. Then your left elbow back. Really reach it. Oh, yeah. Notice how that places the scapula a little closer to your spine. And that's where we want it to be. Exhale. Exhale. Which means you inhale and you come back. Exhale. Good. For more each side, right and left. And that's going to take that shoulder blades toward the spine where you want them to be. Good. Now you're going to take your right knee out to the right. Imagine there's a light on your kneecap. You're going to shine it out to your right, then back behind you, then back to parallel. And continue just like that. Out to the right, back behind you, and parallel. Big circles. Kind of massage your right hip, because we're going to get into our hips today, as we always do in my class, right? And strong upper back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now come back to center and just lift the right foot up, getting right into your right glute. Exhale. Now your belly's going to draw back on the exhale, and you're going to flex your ankles if you're pressing something weighty to the ceiling. Exhale. Good. Exhale. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Give it a squeeze and make your way back to table. And just take some hip circles here. Notice how your right hip feels different than your left. So now we're going to do the same on the left. Take your left knee out to the left. There's a light on your left knee, right? Then you're going to take your left knee behind you and the left knee to parallel. As you breathe, you're actually giving fluidity to your hip. As the breath has prana on it, and where your mind goes, that's where the prana goes. So just imagine your hip getting juiced up, oiled up. Good. Left hip. 6, 5, 4, 3, good. Belly back. 2, last 1. Let's come back to center and just kind of center yourself. And you're going to lift your left foot up. Left foot is flexed, and you're squeezing the left glute. Exhale, low. Lift and low. Lift. Notice how the shoulder blades stay hugged together. There's no rounded backs. See if you can avoid jumping your head. So your gaze is slightly forward. Your ears are in line with your shoulders. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and make your way back. And come into child pose. Widen your knees wide. Take your big toes together and your hips back. Widen your arms out wide. Lift your armpits and soften your chest. Oh yeah, getting a nice stretch in your low back. Closing your eyes and connecting with your breath. Yeah, big breath. And make your way back to center. Now you might want a blanket or something under your left shin, because you're going to take your right leg directly out to the right, as we always do. But this time, you're going to step your right foot out to the right and walk your hands back. So your left shin is on the floor or on something softer. Your hips are totally open. This is a new trick. I love this. It's for our hips. Now, the closer you take your foot to you, the less resistance you'll get. So you have to decide what is right for you. So you're going to bend your right knee and get into that right hip and come back to center. If you step your right foot a little further back, it'll be a little bit more difficult. So you decide what you need. I don't want you leaning forward, right? Your torso is long, your spine nice and long. Yeah, get right into your hip. Yeah, you can take your foot further back, further away from you. I don't know if you need that blanket under your shin or not. I have 2 pads here, but if you have a hard floor. Good. Are you feeling the love here, guys? 3. Good. 2. Last 1. Deep. Oh, yeah. And all the way back to center. Now you can extend your right leg out with your foot rounded and circle your arms all the way up, getting nice, long side body. And you're going to reach down your right leg and reach. And you're just going to come back to the center and maybe to the left a little bit. But I'm more interested in you reaching, squeezing the side body. So if you have a scoliosis and the right side is your tight side, you might not want to squeeze it so much, okay? Exhale. Exhale. Those of us, for the rest of us, this is also for the curvature of our spines, but it's also lengthening the left side of your body. 4, 3, good. 2, it's also for your core. Last one, reach. And all the way back to center. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, tip from the top of your pelvis. Take your hands to the floor. Curl your left toes under that are behind you. Roll your inner thigh bones back and see if you can sit your hips towards your left heel. It doesn't have to be on, just toward. And just notice. Good. And take a nice breath here, feeling the sensations. It might kiss something we call pain. You have to know if it's sensation or pain, because if it's painful, you went too far. Okay? Take another breath. And make your way back to center. Yay. Now step your right foot just forward of your right hand and flex your right ankle. I want you to really get into this and do this again standing, but keep your right ankle flexed. Your right outer hip drawn back as if my thumb is in the right hip socket and I'm pressing the right hip back. That's the inhale, okay? Exhale, step into your right foot, take your right shin forward. Oh yeah. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take one more on each side, back and forth, I mean. One more. Good. And make your way so that you can step your right foot to the floor. Your right shin is perpendicular to the floor. And you're going to lift your back left knee, come into a lunge, lifting and lowering your hips. Lift and lower. Good. Get into both sides. Now you're going to walk your hands back, but you're going to stay on the tiptoes of your back left foot. Walking your hands back, staying on the tiptoes of your left foot. I want you to flex your front right ankle and take your right outer hip back. You're going to feel a huge stretch in the whole back side of your right leg. And you might want blocks under your hands, okay? If you need them, please go get them. Because now we're going to step into our right foot and come forward. Inhale, flex your right foot, your right ankle, and see if you can stay on the tiptoes of your left foot. Ooh, draw the energy right into your belly. And then exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Last one. Exhale, make it really deep. Inhale back. Now you're going to step both your feet to the floor, which means you're going to have to shorten your stance. Your feet will be close and wide. Press your feet down and circle your arms all the way up. Good. Keep your right outer hip back. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, lift your heart. And start to dip forward from the top of your pelvis. Oh, yeah. Lift your arms up off your back. Release your head. Press your feet down to lift the belly. Good. Maybe maybe shake your head yes and no. It's a little tippy here. Good. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. And lift your left leg all the way up into a standing split. Lift it up, lift it up. Now, as you exhale, you're gonna bend both your knees and take your left knee outside your right shin. A little curtsy. And then you're gonna inhale and extend long. Exhale, bend both knees. Inhale. Good. We kind of look inside on the exhale, and the inhale, we're kind of growing out of it, right? Inhale, what have we learned? And then exhale, we try to do it, right? Let's take two more just like that. Inhale and exhale. Last one. And extend. And step your left foot beside your right, forward fold. Press your feet down. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up and bring your palms together to your heart center. Now with your feet hip width apart, I want you to take your hips back and maybe you can keep your palms together. You can take your hips as low as you want. I want you to always be able to see your toes though. So I don't want the knees so far forward that you can't see your toes. You're gonna have to take your hips back and inhale. This is for your hips back, guys. Exhale. This is for the biker babes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So as you press down, I want you to press the balls of your feet as much as the heels into the earth and come up. Let's take two more. This is for your quads. Let's take one more. Perfect. And release. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Grab your left wrist and lift. Exhale to your right. Inhale back to center. Grab your right wrist and lift. Exhale to your left. Inhale back to center, open your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale and step back to plank with your knees up or down. But I don't want your bum up, okay? If your bum is up, you can go into dog, but you want your bum a little lower than your shoulders and your shoulders hugging together. The belly's totally engaged. And you can breathe here just a few breaths. You can play in it if you like. Good. And lower all the way down to the earth. Good. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. Walk your hands back and lift your palms so that they're hovering just beside your upper ribs. So you really have the shoulder blades hugged together and you reach your chest forward. Press your pelvis to the floor. Now, keeping that engagement, that alignment, take your hands to the floor and make your way into a cobra and just roll right and left as if you're a cobra. Really reach up. Oh, yeah. And then make your way through to down dog. Oh, yeah. And walk your dog. Notice that your belly's engaged too. Hear your breath in your ears. Good. Then lower your knees back to the floor. And this is where you might want your blanket under your right shin. You decide, okay? I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to take my left foot out to the left so that my left toes are aiming away from me, in line with the right knee, and then walk my hands back. Now I'm nice and tall, right, guys? Now remember, the distance of your left foot can be further or closer depending on what your hip needs. Your ribs are aiming in the same direction as your pelvis, right? So there's kind of a little twist there. And then you're going to reach into your left hip and come back. Maybe sneak your left foot slightly away from you. And inhale. And exhale. Oh, yeah. Inhale. A little bit deeper. Subtle. It's funny, the word that comes to my mind is wise. Maybe take your foot out a little further. I don't know. Let's see. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. And back, center. Now you're going to extend your left foot out to the left, and your left toes are aiming forward. Inhale, circle your arms up. And now you're going to reach to your left, taking your left hand down your left leg. Really reach. So make sure your torso is not aiming to the floor. You want your left ribs forward, okay? And reach and come back up. So you just come a little bit through center. But now you're going to squeeze the left side of your body. And if it's your weaker side, if you have a scoliosis, that's the side you want to really engage. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Not to mention what it's doing for your waist. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh yeah. And all the way back to center. Circle your arms up. And now you're going to tip the top of your pelvis forward, taking your hands to the floor. Curl your back right toes under, so you're on the tiptoes of your back right foot. Roll your inner thigh bones back and sit back towards your right heel. Yeah. Lift your armpits and soften your chest. Take a few breaths here. You should feel some release in your neck and in your shoulders, and just enjoy that. Okay? And then make your way back to center. And you're going to step your left foot just forward of your left hand and flex your left ankle. Take the left outer hip back. I want you to feel lots of stretch in the back of your left leg right here. That's the inhale. Then on the exhale, you step into your left foot, take your left shin forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Good. Exhale. I'm going to take a few more just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more, back and forth. Oh, yeah. Now you're going to step your left foot so that your left shin is perpendicular to the floor, which means your left ankle is below your left knee. And with your hands either on the floor or on blocks, make your way into your lunge, lifting your back right knee. Just lift and lower your hip. And just feel the love there. Right? Now you're going to walk your hands back, staying on the tiptoes of your back right foot. Notice how that wakes everything up. And you're going to flex the ankle, your front left ankle. Oh, just being here. Lift the belly. Yeah. Now, as you exhale, you're going to step into your left foot and come forward. Inhale back. Flexing the left ankle, staying on the tiptoes of your right foot and the belly. And continue just like that. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Oh, exhale. If that's not a big stretch, you're going too fast. I want you to really feel it. Let's take one more to really get into it. Good. And then step your left foot to the floor and make your way into a standing split, lifting your right leg all the way up, right? And then you're going to bend both your knees, take your right knee outside the left hip. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, lift. Let's take 3 more. Everything is for the core too, guys. Right? Last one. Inhale. And step your right foot beside your left, forward fold. You should feel a nice stretch in your low back here. Press your feet down. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up and bring your palms together to your heart center. Good. Now we're going to get into our shoulders. I want you to take your hands behind your head, but let them hover there. I don't want them to touch your head. Shoulder stuff, okay? Elbows back, upper arm bones back. Soft knees. Top of the pelvis is going to tip back. Good. So you're going to start here. Then you're going to take your arms to T. Take your thumbs down. And then take your arms behind you in the same way. Reaching toward each other. The hands toward each other. Shoulder blades back, down your back. Ready? Inhale. Behind your head, elbows back. Exhale, thumbs down, and reach. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Elbows back, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Oh, yeah. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, shoulder blades down. Exhale, last time. Hug the shoulder blades together. And come all the way to center. And just take some hip circles here. That was good. I hope you enjoyed that too. I feel like I'm standing taller. You guys feel standing taller? Roberta? Yeah? Good. Okay. We want that nice long length. Now we're going to come into Utkatasana, Fierce Warrior. So you're going to take your shins forward and your bum back, right? Circle your arms up. And you're going to twist to your right, either staying upright or taking your left elbow outside your right thigh bone. Keep the left hip back and open it up. Lean back. Get into those newly juiced up hips. The engaged core. Yeah? Inhale back to center. Exhale your other way. Keep the right outer hip back. Notice how the right hip wants to come forward, but you're not going to let it because you're going to be conscious of your alignment. Right? And take a breath. Inhale back to Utkatasana. You are a fierce warrior, girls. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank. Good. And lower all the way on to your belly. Roll your knees toward the floor and come into a Sphinx pose with your forearms parallel. Now, if you want, you can take your elbows slightly forward of your armpits. Doesn't matter. That's going to be a little bit easier for your back. However you choose to do it, press your forearms down and imagine they're stuck and you're pulling them back. Your whole upper body, your whole upper back is engaged, and you're going to keep that. And then reach your chest forward. Oh yeah, here you are. Good. Press your pubic bone to the floor. And then you're going to lift your elbows. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So if you take your elbows slightly forward, you won't get as deep in your back, which is what you might need. On the other hand, if you take your elbows slightly back, you might get a little deeper, and that might be what you're ready for. Listen very carefully to the breath. Listen to your body. She will tell you when you went too far. But keep that engagement of your upper back, those muscles that keep us upright and our posture tall, right? I have to mention what this does for our biceps and triceps. So we're going to take 3 more here. We're inhaling on the up and exhaling down. 2 more. Last one. All the way up. And all the way back onto your belly. Let's make our way into a table. So let's really get into that. Maybe take some hip circles or some cats and cows. Come back to table and into down dog. Yeah, shoulder blades hug together, belly lifted. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you, nice and long. Exhale, step your right foot forward, come into a lunge once again. But this time, we're gonna come into a crescent warrior. So you can take your right hand to your right thigh bone, press down and come all the way up And a nice long spine. Look at your shoulders. They're so awesome back. Your heart is open. You can take a big breath. So now release your hips. Good. And if you want, you can circle your arms up. Now you're going to take your arms to a goal post and take your forearms back. Forearms are between your elbow and your wrist. Okay? Ooh, what happens to your shoulders? Yeah. Now, as you exhale, you're going to slightly dip forward, engaging your belly, and press your forearms to each other. And then as you inhale, it's like you're opening up a stage. Oh, yes. We're going to look. Exhale, tip. Forearms together. Inhale. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Now, with your shoulder blades down your back, you can extend your arms up and make your way right into a warrior two. So I'm going to have to turn around so you don't have to look at my back end. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Come deep. Now, we're going to come into our wrists here. You believe it? So you're going to flex your palms, flex your wrists as if you're pressing a wall away. And then you're going to make a fist of your hands and roll the wrist down. Roll your fist down to your wrist. You'll feel it into your shoulders too. Arms back. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take 2 more. Commit yourself, guys, to every move. With your breath too. Right? Now come to warrior two and notice if your shoulder blades are a little bit more juiced. Take your right forearm to your right thigh bone, lifting the right waist. Extend your left arm long and just come into your hips. Notice if that hip stuff we did at the beginning allows you to feel a little bit more comfortable there. Then take your bum back, and start to straighten your arms right, straighten your legs right into a triangle. Oh yeah, so the right waist is lifted, the shoulder blades are back, your head is not dumped. I don't want any chins towards your chest. Lift your chin so that your ears are in line with the shoulders. Then you're going to use your core to come all the way up and really reach the other way. Revolved, reversed, and us all the way back. And inhale. And exhale. Good. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Back to triangle. No rush. Then take your left hand to the floor and you can step back to a plank. With your shoulder blades down your back, you can lower any way you like. Make sure your hands are where they should go, shoulder blades down, and make your way into your cobra or right into down dog. Because that's where we're going, down dog. Okay? Yeah. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you, nice and long. Exhale, step your left foot forward. You're in that lunge still because we're going to come into a crescent warrior on the left. You can take your left hand to your left thigh bone, press it down to come all the way up. So good for your hips. So great for your shoulders and your back. Now you're going to bend your elbows and take your elbows and forearms back and feel the hugging of the scapula to your spine. Then you don't want your low ribs sticking forward. You want to make sure the low ribs are back, right? And you're going to tip forward and close the forearms together. Inhale, use your core to come all the way up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. And all the way up. Extend your arms long. Just take a notice how tall you are. And make your way right into warrior two on the left side. Good. This time, you're gonna flex your palms, but I want you to take your elbows back behind you. As if your elbows wanna meet behind your waist. Stay low, and then extend. Exhale, stay a little lower, elbows back, and extend. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Take your left forearm to your left thigh, lifting the left waist and rolling it forward. Stay low and just notice where you go, okay? The left waist is lifted. Maybe your right arm should go up. Maybe your right hand to your right hip. I don't know, you decide. Okay. Now take your bum back and make your way into that triangle pose with the left waist lifted and your legs nice and long, right? Then inhale all the way up and reverse. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's take 4 more. Good. So good for your obliques. Two. Last one. Oh yeah. And all the way back to triangle. Take your right hand to the floor and step your right foot forward beside your left, right into that forward fold. Soften your knees a lot. Just soften your knees, releasing your chest to your thigh bones, getting a nice stretch in your low back. Good. Then slowly, you're going to roll your sit bones, which are in the center of your bum. You can even take your hands to your bum and lift up your sit bones. You might be amazed at how deep you can get here. And come back to your forward fold. Yeah. I used to tell you that's the adjustment I can't make on you, right? Inhale all the way back to center. And bring your palms together to your heart center. And release. Good. Let's stand up tall. Close your eyes and take a breath. Good. Slowly open your eyes. Now I want to start with a balance pose. You're going to step into your left foot and take your right knee up towards your chest. You have to look at something that's not moving or hold on to something, whatever you want to hold on to. You can take your right knee towards your chest. Yeah. Now you can plane it. You can extend your right leg forward, or you can take your right leg back behind you. Now, if you take your right foot to a wall behind you, which I'm trying to reach, that's really cool too. It's kind of like a wall flex. I'm not kind of getting there, but it's really good. Find your balance however you find it, wherever you find it. That's really important. Good. And then come all the way back up to center, and you're going to step your right foot back behind you, so your left foot's forward, right? And then I want you to pivot your feet parallel so that they're parallel. Your toes are parallel. Your outer edges of your feet are parallel, yeah? Sit up tall, stand up tall, and then start to tip forward from the top of your pelvis. But I want you to stay at halfway. So you can really draw your belly back. Check out that your knees are soft, that there's no hyperextended knees. And then you're going to continue your descent into a fold. Oh, yeah. Take your left hand to your right shin, and you're going to coax your shin in, like you're trying to pull your shin in, but your feet are widening your mat. So your feet and your leg are sliding out, but your left hand is reaching your shin in. You can even twist your left ribs to the right, looking under your right armpit, but make sure you're breathing. That's really the only thing I care about here. Good. And now release. Let's change sides. Take your right hand to your left shin. Pull the shin in as the legs and your feet widen the mat. And you're going to look under your left armpit and kind of pull things in as you widen the mat. Yeah, you might get a little shaking here. A little shakti shaken. Yeah, we're getting into our psoas here too. And release. Now I want you to cross your arms and see if you can grab your opposite shin or even your thighs. Hold them both in and stretch your feet wide, getting into the adductors. You're going to get more into the IT band here and your medius. So you're going to pull your shins in and stretch your mat with your feet as if the feet are stuck and they're reaching away from one another. Take another breath here. Oh, yeah. And release. Walk your hands to the back of your mat, coming into a lunge, and lower your left knee to the mat so it's way behind your left hip. Yeah. Press your left knee down, and you might want your blanket under your left knee if you like. Press your left knee down and isometrically slide it forward. You're going to get right into the left quad, and you can stay right there. Or you can bend your left knee, kicking the left bum, and you can take your right hand, and maybe you'll grab your foot, and maybe you won't. However you do it, just get a nice stretch in the left quad, simply by pressing your left knee down and isometrically drawing it forward. Take a few big breaths here. And release. Now we're going to come into pigeon on the right. If you come to pigeon on your back, please come to lying on your back. Otherwise, you're going to walk your right foot over to your left edge of your mat. Good. I want you to roll your left knee to the floor that's behind you. Inhale, walk your hands back, lift your chest. That'll release your hips closer to the floor. And then exhale into your pigeon. And again, you're just going to take a few breaths here. So close your eyes and see if you can start looking inside. We'll never know ourselves completely, but our unconscious does. Every little glimpse inside lets us know. Take 2 more big full breaths here. Good. Then walk your hands back, and we're going to make our way into a 3-leg dog or down dog, wherever you're at. You lift. Oh, yeah. So you're in dog, and now you're going to heel toe your feet to your hands when you're at the back of your mat. Right? Back of your mat. Forward fold. Press your feet down. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. And bring your palms together to your heart center. Now you can step into your right foot and lift your left knee. And maybe you hold on to your left shin. Maybe you hold on to a wall or something. That's excellent. Every time you attempt to balance, that's the balance, right? Or you can extend your left leg back behind you. You come into a warrior 3 pose. This is actually airplane. Warrior 3 has your arms forward. And then step your left foot back behind you. You're going to be into warrior 1 with your right foot forward. Good. And now you're going to come to center once again. Now this time you're going to take your toes out, your thigh bones out, and come deep. Good. This is getting ready for our meditation. Take your hands to your thigh bones. And then you're going to take your right shoulder towards your left elbow. There's going to be a lot of length on the right side of your body. Inhale back to center. Exhale your left shoulder towards your right knee. Keep the left hip back. And back to center. Did I say rights and lefts wrong? Right shoulder, left knee. Right hip back. Inhale to center. Exhale, left shoulder to your right knee. Keep your left hip back. I said that right for sure. And all the way back to center, stay low. Stay low. And then make your way to the front of your mat. Take your hands on either side of your left foot. And then you're gonna lower your back right knee to the mat, way behind your right hip, right? Press your right knee down and isometrically slide it forward so you're already in your right quad, the front of your right thigh bone. And maybe you'll bend your right knee and you'll stay there. Or you'll take your left hand to your right foot, making sure the right foot stays on the right side of your body. And get a nice stretch. Breathe into it. Preparing your body for meditation as we open our hips, straighten our back, core. Take a big breath. And slowly release. Step your left foot over to the right. So we're going to come into pigeon on the left this time. Those of you who do upward facing pigeon, you know what to do. So you're going to roll your right knee to the floor. Those of you who are with me, lift your chest. You don't have to do all these things if you're on your back because there's natural, it's going to be a natural way of doing it. And then slowly release, coming into your pigeon, such as it is, whatever you do it, however you do it, and close your eyes and come through. Breath. Take 2 more big full breaths here, preparing to be done with this pose. Yeah. Good. And then walk your hands back and clear that out in a 3-leg dog. If you're already on your back, you can stay there because we're going to walk our feet forward and come into a yoga squat. Yeah. Now your yoga squat might not be this steep. Your yoga squat might look like this. This is the beautiful yoga squat, right? Just like we did at the beginning. You find yours. Or as Marnie says, you do you. And come all the way to seated. And then we're going to come to lying on our back. Okay? Yeah. Walk your shoulder blades together. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling, and you can keep your left knee bent. Yeah? Now, I want you to take your hands behind your right thigh bone, pressing the right thigh bone forward and down to the back of the hip. You can extend your left leg long if it's available. You decide what's right? And take a few breaths here. Just lengthening your right leg long and pressing it away as your hands draw towards you and down to the back of the hip. Now, you can take your right hand inside your right thigh bone, or if it's available to you to bind with your big toe, that's also wonderful. Both good options. But I want you to take your right thigh bone and come to the right and get a nice stretch here. Okay? Make sure your left hip doesn't lift up from the floor. Inhale all the way back to center. Bend your right knee towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug here. Even roll your right ankle. Good. Take your arms to T, and now you're going to just roll to your left and just take your left knee to the floor. Your right knee to the floor. Oh, yeah. And come back to center. Oh, yeah. Extend your right leg and just notice if your right leg feels different than your left. Stopping to notice is really important. Good. Now you can bend your right knee, take your right foot to the floor, and extend your left leg straight. Take your hands behind your left thigh bone and press the left thigh bone forward. So the thigh bone presses forward, but you're holding it back and pressing it down to the back of the hip. And at this point, if you want to extend your right leg straight, you can do that too. Just notice the breath, notice the energies. Everything is engaged, right? Take a breath.
Now you're going to take your right hand to the top of your right hip. Take your left hand inside your left thigh muscle, or you can bind with your left big toe if that's available, and open up your hips. Yeah, this is where we go. Good. You can even press your heel forward as your hand just draws your toe back. Good. Inhale, use that inner thigh, that left inner thigh, to pull it all the way up. Bend your left knee, take your left knee towards your chest, kind of roll your left ankle. Stay with that big breath. And you're going to twist your left knee over to the right. You can take your arms to T. You can bend your elbows, however you choose to do it. Just for a second. Inhale back to center. Exhale, extending your legs long, your arms just beside your body. And we're going to take a short little Shavasana. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And allow yourself to rest. Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Exhale through your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest. You roll to your right side. Be there for a moment. And then make your way to a seat on your mat. Bring your palms together to your heart center and keep your eyes closed. Every time we come to our mat, we're stronger in every way. And this allows us to live a higher life. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. Mwah. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop the recording.